next video. Okay. It takes 8 minutes to wash one car, and it takes a friend 6 minutes to wash one car. How long does it take the two of you to wash 7 cars if you work together? You had me for Algebra 1, we did these problems, but I'm going to go over it. Okay, there's the answer. So you got minutes and cars. Minutes is X, cars is Y. So per, cars per minute. Guess what, Sparky? You don't know the cars per minute. That's not 8. That's 8 minutes to wash one car. Ain't 6 either, okay? I don't think we know that. I'm going to make a table. But you see, I need 2 of them actually, because there's 2 people working together. So XY, XY. Minutes, cars, minutes, cars. I do not have the cars per minute, so on each table I make the 0 and block it off. Now I start filling information that I do know. 8 minutes, 1 car. Now jump to the other table because now you're on a different person. 6 minutes, 1 car. Now if you sat on your butt and didn't work for 0 minutes, I don't think any cars get washed for either guy. So both of those are direct variation, they're proportional. Now what about the 7 cars? Well, that's when we work together, so I'm going to put that in the middle of the table. 7 cars is how many minutes? Well, we are going to set up a proportion here, but I need to actually add a couple ratios on this side. So it's cars per minute, so it's minutes, minutes, cars, 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 minutes, all 3 of them. Now, here is what you're trying to figure out. 7 cars, X minutes. I don't care what letter you use. You can use M for all I care. 1 car, 8 minutes. 1 car, 6 minutes. So, line up your equals. You know you have 7 over X on that side. But I want to simplify this. Now, here's 2 ways you can do it. Here's the long way. You could add these fractions and get common denominators. So, that's if you're good with fractions. If you're not good with fractions, I would not recommend using this method. Okay, you have to find the least common multiple of 8 and 6. So 8, 16, 24, 32. Now let's get 6. 6, 12. It's like you could just look at a multiplication table. 24. Oh, it must be 24. So 8 times what's 24? I think it's 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 6 times 4 is 24. 1 times 4 is 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 24s. So together they could wash 7 cars in 24 minutes. That's the simplest rate of what they can do together. Or I could just take 1 ABC 8 plus 1 ABC 6. How about that? Okay, 7 over 24. You cross multiply, divide, but this is pretty obvious. 7 times 1 is 7. 24 times 1 is 24. So 24 minutes is the answer. Okay, next up. Charles is making pottery for a craft fair. It takes him, that should not say me, it takes him 50 minutes to construct 1 piece of pottery. It takes his wife 35 minutes to construct 1 piece of pottery. How long will it take them to construct 35 pieces of pottery working together? So we're finding the minutes. It took Charles and his wife working together. Minutes and pieces. It's X, that's Y. So per pieces per minute. No clue, okay? You couldn't even really figure that out very quickly if you wanted to. Well, you could take 1 divided by 50 for Charles and then 1 divided by 35 for his wife, but that's going to look kind of nasty. Plus they have to do it together, okay? Okay, so I'd make 2 tables here to analyze what they can do. So XY, XY, minutes, pieces, minutes, pieces. So 0, but I'm not going 1, 2 because I don't have the pieces per minute rate. So I block it off. Then I put in what I know. 50 minutes is 1 piece. 35 minutes is 1 piece. Now if you don't do any work for 0, you don't get any pieces. So that means I'm not going to use lines. I'm going to use the proportion to solve it. That's what that table is designed for. See, the line is if y starts with an initial amount. Okay, they don't here. Okay, now put what they have to get done together. They have to get 35 pieces. Now I'm trying to find how many minutes it took to do it. Now I got two ratios because there's two guys working at different rates, but we're going to combine them. Pieces per minute, so PM, PM, PM. 1 piece 50 minutes, 1/50th. 1 piece 35 minutes, and then together they have to get 35 pieces, and you can put M, you can put X, I don't care. That's where the answer lies. Okay, so on this side 35 over X. Now if you have a strong understanding of fractions, you might want to line up and get your common denominators. You could really just multiply the denominators. 50 times 35, that always gives you a common denominator. Okay, 1,750, 1,750. So 50 times what's 1,750? Well, we'll divide, it's 35. 35 times 50, and then 1 times 50, that's 50. So I add those, it's going to be 85 over 1,750. That's what these add to. Or you could add them 1/50th plus 1/35. Okay. Now you're like, well, how's that? You got 85 over 1750 there, 17 over 350 there. Guess what, Sparky? That can be reduced by 5. Okay, so that'd be 17, and that'd be your 350. Now adding them on the calculator, which is fine with me, okay, gives you the simplified ratio right off the bat. So in simplest form, these guys can do 17 pieces in 350 minutes. Okay, how many minutes is it to do 35 pieces? So 350 times 35 divided by 17. Okay, 721 round. That happens often on these problems. So 721. If you really want to get cute, you can divide it by 60. 12 out. 721 divided by 60, my bad. Okay, or 721 ABC 60. 61. God darn it. 721 ABC. 12 hours and 1 minute, but that's good enough for me. Right? 721 minutes, which is 12 hours and 1 minute. Okay, next one. You can type 7 pages in 2 hours. Your classmate can type 8 pages in 3 hours. If you have 2 computers and can work at the same time, how long will it take the 2 of you to type 37 pages? Minutes equals, okay? So we got pages and hours. So hold off before you make 3 boxes starting today. You might, but X is hours, Y is pages. So pages per hour. I have no idea, but I know there's 2 people working at different rates, so that. Hours, pages, hours, pages. Since we don't have the rate, the pages per hour, we put 0, and then fill in the rest. 7 pages, 2 hours. 8 pages, 3 hours. Now the 37 pages is when they work together. 37 pages, question mark, hours. Again, you don't type, you don't get any pages done. Same with this guy here, okay? But, so that means I can make a proportion out of this. So 37 pages, X hours, or H hours, whatever you want to call it. Now over here we need to add the rates, okay? Pages, hours. It's got to be pages over hours though. So 7 over 2 plus 8 over 3. Now, if you are good with fractions, you can do it like this, okay? 7 over 2 plus 8 over 3. Well, the common denominator is 6. 2 times 3, 7 times 3 is 21. 3 times 2, 8 times 2 is 16. So that would be over 6, 37. So 37 over 6. Now, if you are terrible at that, that's fine. You can add them on a calculator, 7ABC2 plus 8ABC3. But for crying out loud, do not put 6 and 1/6. If you get a mixed number, a whole number with a fraction, you write it off to the side, and you need to make that into an improper fraction. Because 6 and 1/6 is not a ratio. A ratio is one quantity compared to another quantity. 6 and 1/6 is not that. Now this 6 will go on the bottom. Now to find the top, what I need to do is take the whole number times the bottom, 36, and then add 1 to that product. So 6 times 6 is 36, plus 1 is 37. Got the same way. But if you do it on a calculator and it spits that out, you need to make it improper. The bottom number's set, the top, whole times bottom plus 1. Cross multiply and divide, you get 6, which is pretty obvious. So, by the way, I screwed that up. That should say hours. I didn't want that to say minutes. I wanted it to say hours. It's 6. 6 hours.